Hi, my name is Monica Rahib, and I would like to welcome you to another episode for Couples Only. Normally, we discuss topics related to couples, but today we will discuss things for the interest of single people looking to get engaged or married. Our guest today, Father Antonios Makarios, is known to most everyone. Father Antonios is a father of confession to numerous couples both in North America and Canada. Abuna Antonios, thanks for giving us the time today.
Thanks for having me. I'm so honored and blessed to be here with you tonight.
We received this message from one of our listeners. I am a 24-year-old senior student from Connecticut. I recently got to know this handsome 28-year-old engineer who has all of the features that a girl like me would ask for. He is close to God, has a good job, and a great family. The problem is that I do not have any feelings for him. I am convinced with my mind, but not with my heart. Of course, I am getting pressure from family and friends that he is a catch. What do I do? Abuna, how do we prioritize our mind and our feelings?
I think the word catch is a tough word because this is not a market where people buy and sell. It's more of two people trying to find if they will be suitable for each other, if there is harmony between them or not. And of course, the idea of finding someone who would be a catch is not really the thing that we should, or the way we should be thinking about or pursuing marriage. So let us make sure that when we consider marriage, we are praying to God that He will send us the right person who would help me and would help her to get together the right way for an eternal goal. It's not just an earthly goal. So the way of the world is different than the way of God. That's the first point. The second point, when I hear the word pressure, it frightens me because there is no pressure in marriage. You cannot force anyone into getting married. You might say that this young lady, her family is trying to maybe help her to understand that he is coming from a good family, that he's got a good career, that he is God's child. So they might be trying to help her to consider all these factors, because there is something here that we should always understand. The girl is always waiting to meet someone. And if someone pursues her, when he's doing that, he is taking the initiative. I don't think that the girl took the initiative in this situation, and this is usually the case. So when she is approached by someone, this someone would not approach her unless he is convinced that that young lady would be a good person for him to consider for marriage. For her, she needs to get to know the person. So you cannot start saying that I have feeling for someone that I saw for the first time. It's not, I don't think we go by that. We don't believe in love from the first sight. We believe that God would send us a person and we should pray about it, as Amba Musa always teaches us, that we should pray about it. We should have the guidance of a father of confession and try to hear God's voice and give it time and chance to know if this person is suitable for her or not, and then to see if her heart will send a message to her mind telling her maybe I should consider, or the mind would send a message to the heart telling the heart to consider this young man.
So basically, he might be a good catch, but he doesn't always have to be the right catch for her.
Okay. It looks like you're insisting on the idea of a catch. Uh, I feel that uh, we are not trying to catch someone. We are trying to have uh, two suitable people for each other, and that takes a lot of work. It's not an easy thing, by the way, that two people who come from different backgrounds, different families, uh, different maybe education and different cultures sometimes, and we can just say that they can become harmonious just right away. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. So I would say give it a chance, pray about it, ask God if He would help her to either uh, accept or reject. But that needs time, unless there are some other issues that we don't know. Because as we know, uh, to be able to uh, find out if this person is right for her or not, she needs to examine so many things on the spiritual level, on the intellectual level, on the psychological level, on the cultural level, on the uh, family background. All these things are very important. And maybe by time she would discover that there are so many good things about all these things, and they can communicate and they can really relate to each other. And then at that moment maybe the feelings start to develop. But we are not trying to just get into this relationship without, as I said, prayer, and without having a guidance, a guider, a spiritual director, the priest, the father of confession, that would help in this situation. It's very important, because we don't want to just develop feelings and then we don't know where this is going to go.
Does the man have the same issues controlling his feelings? Oh, does he have the same issues as the girl when it comes to controlling his feelings, or will he have more control throughout, like with how he feels about her, whether he actually does like her, if it's his mind pushing him as well?
I think, as we said in the beginning, um, when someone is, a young man is pursuing a young lady, he's making the choice, he's taking the initiative. So if he didn't feel, if he didn't have something in his heart towards that person, I don't think he will be able to make the move or take the initiative. That's one thing. The other thing is, sometimes people have certain feelings judging by the appearance, but then when they get to know the person, they might change their minds. And that can apply on both sides. The young lady, maybe she's judging now from the first sight, she doesn't have feelings. Maybe by knowing the person and by time and prayer and guidance, spiritual guidance and direction, she might change her mind. And the other thing could happen also. Meaning what? Meaning that a person, a young man, who's pursuing that young lady, he didn't know her before. Maybe when he gets to know her more, maybe he would feel like, oh, that's not what I thought I'm looking for. So it could happen either way, but time is much needed for both of them to get to know each other under the direction and supervision, the spiritual direction and supervision of the church.
None of our parents had real feelings towards each other before marriage, and their marriages seemed to be completely solid and work really, really well. A lot better than the newer relationships that we see. Like, how does that work?
I would like to correct something here. They didn't have these feelings before they get to know each other, but they also got to take some time to get to know each other and to move on. I think what you're saying applies to something happened maybe in in the early 20th century, but not in our days. That could have not happened with your parents or with us, because that's not the way we did it. We knew that it's not just something that will develop afterwards. However, that doesn't mean that this love does not grow and multiply. Love always grows and multiplies and reaches many, many destinations that you never think of when you're just getting to know each other or getting into marriage. That develops more and more. The more that the two are together, their love must grow and multiply, because it's the love of Christ that is in their hearts, and that must grow all the time. It should never stop. And the moment we feel that this love stop growing, there's a danger here, and there's a signal that there's something wrong that's happening. But love should grow and multiply in any marriage. So it's not the summit of it at the point of marriage, but there is love, because if there is no love, we would never ask a young lady, to get married to someone whom she doesn't love. We cannot accept that, because that's going to cause a lot of troubles later on. However, we want these feelings to be there, and we would like to see this love growing and multiplying through Christ in their marriage, who brought them together in the first place.
So do you believe that that girl from Connecticut should suspend her relationship, or should she continue to pursue it?
I would say if she's ready for the relationship, and that's a point that's very important, because we don't know the whole story. If she's ready to start a relationship, to get married, and when I say that, that means that she is fully grown up, that she came to know who she is, what she's doing, what she wants in life. Because if she doesn't get to know herself first, and if she's not having her life steadfast in Christ, I would be worried that she might not be able to make the right decisions. So that's very basic. We start with that. If this is there, then we'll take it to the next level, that we ask her to give a chance, give time to get to know the person, and we'll see what is going to develop. And as I said, it's accompanied by prayer, accompanied by the spiritual direction of spiritual father, and we'll see what is going to come out of this relationship.
Abuna, I would like to thank you for your time. My dear friends, I hope you enjoyed our episode today for Couples Only. If you have any questions, please email them to the address below. Until next time, have a great, peaceful life.